Hey, I'm Morgan, and this is a week in my life as a 29-year-old creator entrepreneur. Hey, it's me from the future. I'm editing this vlog, and there's no specific days or order to these clips. When I decided that I was going to vlog, I didn't really create a plan. I just had to get it started. Maybe in the future, I will just plan this out a little bit more, but I just had to get on YouTube, accomplish my goal of it. And yeah, thanks for being here. Mm. Shake. And an extra one for good luck. I love to spoil her. The other day I posted on Threads that I just needed to rip the band-aid off and post my first YouTube video. And luckily I'm part of a supportive community on there, and the encouragement I received has really helped. I thought it would have been just super easy to set up my camera, plug in my tiny mic, and get talking, but it is not that easy. People make it seem like they're naturals, they're pros at this. I live in such a dark space that I have to have a light. And then I'm like, well, we need to add a little candle and light and all of these like little special things behind me. I did film before this as well, but I just didn't like how it looked. So here I am, round two. So I decided to create a whiteboard on Canva to basically outline my entire business model and marketing platforms and goals, income streams. This is going to help me kind of just see everything together. So I'll break it down for you. Okay, so when I was watching the last season of The Summer I Turned Pretty, I threw this together because I was in this like evolution transformation phase of this year. I think we go through those seasons all the time. So yeah, I felt like I really just needed to see this visually, know exactly like what I was working towards. At the top, we have here, I'll zoom in. At the top, I have like my personal brand, which is Morgan Markowski, me. I have my IP, which is Soft Pivot. It's the movement and philosophy that I lead with when I work with my clients, and it's a lot around, I talk a lot about it in my content. And then freelancer is the section of my business where I do service-based work that I get to choose if I want to do it or not. So it's more passion-based. So under personal brand, I have like how I'm going to make money, some content and like community ideas, and same thing with the other two. Under personal brand, I have like one-on-one brand and marketing consulting, whether it's one-off or retainer based. I have the Morgue, which is my Substack. If I'm gonna do paid subscribers, I'm not sure yet. I for a while probably won't. YouTube, if I can grow my YouTube channel up to eventually monetize, that would be really awesome. I've been starting to add affiliate links and ads into my podcast episodes. Potential brand deals and sponsorships in the future would be awesome. And then maybe I'll do some like in real life events and workshops as well, because I think a lot of local businesses in the Chicago suburbs could benefit. So Soft Pivot is like this IP. It's kind of like a sub brand to my personal brand. And around Soft Pivot can offer digital products and programs and mentorship, and maybe in the future have a community or membership. And then it kind of relates to the in real life events and workshops that I put under my personal brand because it is my movement and philosophy. It is something that I can teach on wherever. And then freelancer work. So content creation, UGC, that's something that I'm working on currently. And then people like I have clientele technically for graphic design and photography work. I don't do it as often, but it's more like referral based or yeah, I've worked with them before. So then when I put all of this together, I then was like, okay, let's break it down even further. So I broke it down into like area of expertise, income streams, goals, marketing, and values. So that is basically what I did. I think I'm going to make this into some sort of free resource. I've always loved the idea of getting on YouTube. I would create music videos, stop motion videos, and even in college, I would film vlogs of me living in the city. And that was always a fun creative outlet. And now I can look back at those videos. But when I started my brand and website design studio 5 years ago, I went straight to Facebook and Instagram and even like Google business profiles and stuff like that. I never really thought that I could use YouTube to build my brand and grow my business. But now is even more of a great time to start YouTube because I've recently, 2-ish years ago, shifted into business consulting and strategy and building my business model more like a creator brand. So basically what that looks like is honoring my own zone of genius and expertise and philosophy and perspective while structuring my business to provide more time flexibility to market myself, build my personal brand on social media, network with other creative entrepreneurs and creators and founders, and diversifying my income streams in my offer suite so I can build reoccurring income, passive income, and not rely on just one type of service or offer to pay my bills. So I'm sure if you stick around, we will get into that. You're probably wondering, like, Morgan, do you just like work in the dark? And kind of. I'm about to record an episode of Dear Creator. I'm really excited for this. So I started Dear Creator almost a year ago, and it was a private podcast. And the idea was for me to like really experiment with the podcast and everything, like see if I even like wanted to do it. And it was kind of just like I'll create whatever topic, you know, per episode. But after a few months of doing it, which I ended up making it public, I started bringing on guests and had some really great conversations. It inspired me to bring on more guests on the podcast and just inspired me to get more clear on like what I wanted the podcast to be about, because I think that's like a key thing that you want to be aware of when you're building a podcast, creating a podcast, and launching episodes and stuff, because there are so many podcasts out there and there are so many YouTube channels, Substacks, creators to follow and watch and learn from. So it's like, why would somebody want to listen to Dear Creator? So I took a little like break from actually creating for Dear Creator. I wanted to like completely rebrand it, but there was like, I think there was a sign to not rebrand it, because I was like looking up a different name to name it and everything, and there was already one. I am so warm. I'm like literally sweating. Hopefully the fan's not too loud. I have like this little, like we use this for camping, literally like have it on me. But yeah, the name was taken, so I was like, oh, maybe it's a good idea to not rebrand. So I just like kind of re-strategized it, and I just didn't rush it. I didn't rush relaunching the podcast. I didn't really make a big deal out of it either. I just really want to focus on the quality of the conversation and how it sounds. So that's what I'm working on. But this episode that I'm doing is kind of about that. I'm going to be talking about there's like a positive and a toxic reason why people start from scratch, whether it's like their business, a project, like whatever they're doing, right? Are they starting from scratch because it's like an intentional reset, or are they starting from scratch because they're procrastinating their growth or an uncomfortable, messy middle era of their business. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I actually like wrote out like an outline and some scripts, and I'm going to be mentioning some resources and stuff like that. So it just feels really good to put something out there like that. Like, I'm about to create it. I'm going to see how it goes in the sense of like recording. Like, am I getting tripped up over my words? Would I rather, just think out loud, or is having an outline and a script going to be helpful? So this is the setup, and yeah, like I live, oh God, she's probably gonna throw up. Since pivoting into more of a creator business, I've been leading a group program for about a year. I've been consulting and strategizing with clients on pivoting, building their own creator business, offer development and marketing and personal branding. And I've even made small affiliate income this last year, which lit a fire in me to continue growing and building as a creator. I like to call myself a creator. I have a bunch of different titles. I am basically a generalist, but I feel like that's what's brought so many opportunities into my lap. A creator entrepreneur is somebody who builds a personal brand and leverages content marketing and a community to drive traffic to a product or a service. So yeah, I kind of work in a pretty cozy spot. I'm also trying to get used to like filming on my phone. So this is my like podcast outline. So it's like how to start over without sabotaging your business growth. That was like the idea. I thought of this idea when I was like in the shower or something. So I think I opened up this like Notion board and just like talked to my phone or something. And then the next thing that I did was outline it. So like I have like the intro, little icebreaker of like, just casually talking. Then I get into it, share my journey. I'm gonna put a little Flowdesk ad. They're doing like a sale right now because they're going to be changing their pricing terms and stuff. And when I decided that I wanted to bring Dear Creator back, I wanted to start making like my own ads for affiliate links and things like that. So stay tuned for that. I will keep you updated on if it works. But yeah, so we're going to record this now, I guess. So part of me wants to like film a video just in case I want to use it for like content. I'm probably gonna have to turn off this fan when I record. Just so many tech things. So I put on this light, we'll see how long it lasts, and then I have like this webcam. So I have like this mic, which is the Rode mic. It's of course got some dog and cat hair on it, and then I just have like this, whatever this is, like David sets this up for me. I honestly don't even know what that is, but the more I learn about it, I will let you know. Here, I'll just put this here. Filming setup is so crazy, but like I said, you gotta start somewhere. I'm gonna be using Descript for this because I've been really liking it. I think eventually I would probably purchase. I know a lot of people use Riverside, a lot of people use Zencaster. I feel like when you just like try different platforms out, you just are more likely to use one that you just instantly are good with and stuff. So this is what Descript looks like, and I honestly I just have the free plan. One, trying to get consistent before I purchase like all of these new platforms and stuff for my content creation, and I want to make sure that this is the one that I want to use. Okay, I think it's time to just record the episode. Let's do this. I just finished the podcast episode, but it's like a 25-minute one, and I resaid some things a few times too because I would like stumble over my words, or I wanted to say it a different way. And I didn't do video because it just like was ugly, so I didn't like it. Notice, like, if I make things super difficult for myself, I will not do it. But if I do something very simple, I will do it. And that's kind of just like my new philosophy around doing things, I guess. So now I have to edit the podcast and edit like any extra recordings. So I'm going to be, like I said, putting some of like my own ads in there. So I have like a Flowdesk ad that I've recorded previously that I'll put in there, and then I just have to like write a description, export the transcript. Super exciting. And I actually made an Instagram for Dear Creator, and we already have 4 followers, one being me. What the So as a brand and website designer, I found myself on this stop, go marketing cycle. I would start a project with a client and get paid really well for it, but then I wouldn't have the time to build my own brand or market my services or even network with other creatives or founders. And honestly, I think that's what made me kind of entrepreneurial fatigued, making me question if that was even the route for me. I kept questioning if I should just go work for somebody else. I remember a professor in school, he said that you have to go work corporate or at an agency or for somebody else before you can be a successful business owner or entrepreneur. I still to this day am motivated to prove him wrong, and I feel like I've already had proven him wrong. I've only really worked for small boutique studios or businesses, or have worked part-time jobs while freelancing and mixing different jobs and projects and stuff like that to make money. I have no corporate background, which surprises some people, but I do have more of like an artistic background where I would create art and sell it, digital prints, paintings, things like that. So now, after 5 years of experimenting, exploring, I feel like the last 5 years of running a graphic design, brand and website design business, and thought that I had to build an agency to scale and to be successful, but then was proven wrong when I started soft pivoting my business into more of a creator business model and stepping into my zone of genius of strategy and problem solving. I feel like I'm now at the point where I know exactly where I want to be and where I'm headed, which is why I'm building this YouTube channel as well, to bring you along for the journey. Now I'm diversifying my social media platforms and how I'm marketing my business and my brand. So I'm on Substack, I have a podcast called Dear Creator, I'm on Instagram, and I also have a newsletter. So YouTube was the next destination. Also, if you're like, this girl's crazy for being on all these platforms, I'm not posting on each platform every single day, so don't worry.
On the ground, I praise God and start stumping.
So right now my business is kind of like a mod podge of things at the moment, and I really stepped back this summer of 2025 to look at my business as a whole from a bird's eye perspective. And I co-own a cleaning and maintenance company with my partner, though that's not a primary source of income for me. The creator business is solely my company. So I'm really focused on building and structuring the creator business to bring in income from different areas and also grow a community online through multiple different platforms. And so right now I make money through a one-to-one done for you content creation retainer with a local client. So I go in twice a week to help them get onto YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram and all of the other social media platforms and help them build brand recognition and awareness online. And then I also am working with a past client who is in my group program that I'm no longer running. And I've been working with them for about 3 months asynchronously through Slack and like voice message. I'm definitely in this like messy middle phase. I feel like we always are in a messy middle phase. It's just at like different levels, or it's like not as aggressive in some time, like in some stages. But basically I've really figured out my energy and capacity, what lights me up, what drains me, and have been able to create systems and rituals throughout my week and day to support being flexible and adaptable. And I think that's a skill that every entrepreneur needs, and I'll definitely share more about that in future videos. So I'm working with a local client who's paying me through Zelle, and I need to like join another bank or something so I can have that separate from my personal, because it's not gonna look good when I do my taxes. So I'm like trying to sign up for a bank. They need like articles of, what was this? Articles of organization. I have not looked at that since like 2020. Love this flavor. This is the strawberry banana core power protein. I tried making a matcha, like an iced matcha with this. It was so good. This document, I might have to actually get my external hard drive. That's where like all of my business stuff is. I actually have to get a new one of these. This has like 1 terabyte and it's basically used up. I actually would love to do like a video or something like that around organizing like external hard drives, because I would like one for business and then I would like one for personal, because I have so many photos and videos as like a creative and photographer. There's just, I have so much. So it would be nice to just separate them and just label it. I have to do my nails too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a folder from 2020 to 2021. I have like a business action plan and everything. That's so cute. That's an operating agreement. I don't even know what that is. Okay, I found it. I literally just like typed articles and then filtered it. So that should be it. That should be good. Let's upload this. Yes, okay, so this is good. This is one of the things that I'm trying to do. Like, this is part of like the bigger project of things that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to simplify my systems and just have like a very clear and organized folder of tools and systems that I use. I actually just stopped paying for a video hosting platform because I do like calls with clients sometimes, but I haven't been doing them as often recently. I could just use Google Meets. There's no reason for me to pay like $300 something a year for a video platform. Now the bank is asking me what my position title is. You know, like some people are like founder, manager, president, CEO. Like, does that matter? I'm gonna put founder, maybe? As I'm kind of like cleaning up my business and stuff, I'm needing a document to literally put everything into. So this is exactly what I created. Thanks to ChatGPT. I just designed this in Canva. I want like the embossed effect. This is for my newsletter, but I don't know if it looks like cheesy. So Q4 is here and it feels like it came so fast, but it doesn't mean you have to rush to check everything off of your New Year's resolutions list, okay? You don't have to lock in. If you want to lock in, you can, but if you didn't complete what you've said that you were going to, was it aligned in the first place? Here are my Q4 goals. I want to create a freebie, which is to help you outline a creator business model for yourself with your expertise and zone of genius, your values, and how you want to support your clients moving forward with different structures of offers and products. I also want to schedule in more networking opportunities. I feel like it's a little bit difficult in the winter in Chicago. It seems like a lot more events are happening in the spring, but I'm curious if there's some local networking opportunities or business events that I can attend to meet other entrepreneurs near me. I'm also thinking about creating and building my new offer, Creator Evolution, publicly with you, maybe here on YouTube. And essentially, I will just take you through the stages and phases of building an offer from scratch, even though it technically isn't from scratch, because a lot of what I taught in my previous program is probably going to be in this offer. So stay tuned on that. It might be a course or a community. We will see. Another goal of mine is content consistency. And this sounds so cliche and kind of ick, but it's just true. As somebody who's shifted into a creator business and I was experimenting for the last few years, I really want to prioritize content. And I think I'm good at creating content. I have the skill to create content. I have a lot to say and I want to say it, but perfectionism is always keeping me from posting. So what I want to do is practice posting, even if it's not perfect. And if it's like the evening and I still haven't posted, I'm going to create something and post it. So that might be difficult, but we are going for it. The last goal is to get a UGC client. That's a service that I really want to get into, not only to make money, but also I think it pushes me to up-level my skills. Even though I have photography and videography skills and graphic design skills, it's just a new challenge for me. And I think it could be really helpful to learn as I also support entrepreneurs who want to be creators and are interested in those types of services like UGC, brand partnerships, sponsorships, and things like that. So I believe I mentioned I wanted to start this YouTube channel to really like document the entrepreneurial journey that I'm going through. I feel like I'm kind of starting fresh, even though I'm not starting over. I'm just taking everything that I've learned in the last 5 years to actually build and grow something sustainable, profitable, and fulfilling for me. And I'm also not somebody to really just document the highlights. I feel like even though creators and entrepreneurs, they share pretty vulnerable things, it really is a highlight reel on social media. So if there's anything that I would like to do, it's to just normalize everyday life, even if it's mundane or sad. And I don't know about you, but I love to watch creators and entrepreneurs build their businesses in real time and bring us along for the journey. I love to see what they do throughout the day, what they're working on, how they do things. But some people just aren't relatable for me. I'll probably experiment with different topics and formats. So maybe I'll do a few week in the life or day in the lives, but then also maybe more of a walkthrough of different things that I figure out or I can teach you as well. So we will see. Just let me know what you want to see in the near future. So yeah, if you're an entrepreneur or creator who is constantly feeling burnt out, maybe you're stuck trading time for money, or you feel like it's really difficult to gain visibility online, or maybe you want to build a few different income streams, or feel overwhelmed by needing to pivot, or you're not sure how you should pivot without losing your community, you're definitely in the right place. I've experienced a lot of that and I've overcome it multiple times. So yeah, we can work on all of that together. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment what you're wanting to hear more about or wanting to learn, and I'll make a video about it. Thanks again for sitting through this video, watching it, supporting me. I super appreciate it. I know starting a YouTube channel is kind of intimidating, but we did it. We pulled that band-aid off and now it's on to the next. I'll see you then. Bye.